Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Lion Memorial Stadium in Ennis, Texas for tonight's District 8-5A Division II contest against the Lions of Ennis. I'm Bob Muty alongside Danny Hernandez with Rebecca Hernandez manning the camera for us for tonight's game, which will have no bearing on the playoffs as both teams have qualified and will play next week in the bi-district round. Greenville, as the number 4 seed, will face number 1 Lucas Lovejoy at Lovejoy next Friday night. And Ennis will tangle with Frisco Liberty right here at Lion Memorial. Ennis is led by senior quarterback Colin Drake, whose number 1 ranked Lions average 54 points and 467 yards per game. They also have 2 outstanding running backs and 2 skilled wide receivers to challenge a Greenville defense which allowed 550 yards 2 weeks ago to Royce City. On defense, the Greenville Lions will be without the services of Sincere Jones, who dislocated his kneecap in the Royce City game, and Daniel Jimenez lost for the season with a leg injury. However, sophomore defensive lineman Andrew Ibarra returns to bolster the line, and sophomore Micah Simpson has been elevated from the JV to provide depth and speed to the secondary. Offensively, Greenville will be led once again by Miles Denson, who, despite being bothered by a turf toe, continues to amaze anyone who's watching. Denson is averaging over 10 yards per rush and 17 yards per reception and has scored 11 times. Also watch for Sean Brown to be on the receiving end of several Brandon Stevens passes and some electric runs by juniors Otagus Johnson and Hugh Pitts, as well as Stevens himself. Danny, are you looking for a shootout in the Battle of the Cats tonight?
Looking at the lineup between these two teams, Brandon Stevens so far for this year, according to Max Prep, has thrown 1,056 yards and 12 touchdowns, while Colin Drake has thrown 1,400 yards for 20 touchdowns. So we talked to your old broadcast partner earlier, who said that Ennis isn't going to throw too much, that they're more of a run it on the ground and run it through your throat team. So I would say that we'll see less passing from Ennis, a lot of passing. We'll see a lot of passing. Miles Denson. We'll see a lot of Sean Brown work here this game. They're gonna really need Sean Brown and Miles to pick up, to pick up the offense and really carry the offense this game. I don't think we're gonna have a lot of fun on the ground. We looked at this defensive line and they are huge, so I don't think it's gonna be too much fun there for our running backs this game.
Do you think the wind's going to be a factor?
Yeah, wind's blowing 10 miles per hour earlier. These flags next to our left are blowing like it's blowing 30 miles per hour. But on the field, the goalpost flags don't seem to be blowing too much. So I don't think wind's going to be too much of a factor. If it is, I don't think it's going to. I doubt it will put any kind of effect in the game.
Well, the thing about it is, mostly it's blowing across the field, so it won't really affect either team, like one team having it behind them for one half, etc. But it's certainly more frigid than it's been in previous games this season.
Yeah, we've seen whopping 2 to 3 mile per hour winds this season. So this is the first game where winds when we have come in, winds are over 5 miles per hour. So I mean, it might have some effect. It might be a little weird for the kickers in this game, and maybe Brandon Stevens and Colin Drake need to adjust for the wind at first for this game, but I don't think it's going to have that much of an effect.
And we got temperatures probably, in the low 50s, you're thinking?
So far right now, temperature is at 45 degrees.
Ooh, a little chilly than I thought.
Yeah,
real football weather.
Yeah, good football weather, but like you said earlier, I like the other weather a little bit better. But good thing
too.
We're indoors, so we don't have to worry too much about it.
Yeah, although it's a little chilly here in the booth too, and it's a beautiful facility to call a game from here in Ennis. Other area playoff games this week find North Forney entertaining Royce City tonight, and Caddo Mills facing number 3 Gilmer at A&M Commerce tomorrow night. Caddo scored late against Pleasant Grove last week on a 27-yard scramble by quarterback Tyler Townley to win 35-31. while the Buckeyes beat Sunnyvale 31-14. Danny, I have seen Caddo play against Hillsborough, and I plan to watch them again tomorrow night. And this kid Townley is the real deal. What can you tell us about that 4A contest?
This 4A contest is going to be a heck of a game, Bob. You are in for a show tomorrow. Gilmer quarterback Brandon Tennyson, he's a junior, 6 feet tall. He has thrown this year, according to Max Prep, 3,666 yards, 36 passing touchdowns, and rushes 59 and a half yards per game. Tyler Townley, the senior, as you know, has thrown for 3,100 yards, 38 touchdowns. His rushing averages to about 114 yards per game. His passing average is about 258 yards per game to Brandon Tennyson's 272 yards per game. So in in terms of passing, they're really similar quarterbacks. They both can run. They both can scramble with their legs. It's going to be a fun game for you tomorrow night. I'm actually really jealous, and I'm actually considering taking my girlfriend. We're supposed to go Christmas shopping, but I think this game might be a little bit more important because I want to see these guys duke it out.
Well, I'll tell you what, it'll probably be an offensive shootout, but I'll tell you what, that Caddo's got a heck of a team, and I got to compliment Coach Cody Crane on what he's been able to accomplish.
Yeah, Caddo 12-0, and Gilmer is actually 12-2.
Yeah. Well, Gilmer was ranked as high as 3, and I think Caddo got as high as 7. Right now, they might be even higher than that, based upon the playoff results so far this season. Let's talk volleyball for just a minute, Danny. The Greenville Lady Lions made it to the 3rd round of the playoffs and went to Royce City to play North Forney for the 3rd time this season. And they had split the first 2 matches, and this match went 5 sets. And Greenville was defeated 15-10 in the 5th set. So North Forney moves on in the playoffs, and the Lady Lions are once again very successful, getting 3 rounds deep this time around under Coach Jenna Sickles. So congratulations to them. Now a lot of those Lady Lion volleyballers are now playing basketball for the basketball club there in Greenville. We'll take about a minute here to catch our breath. We're 8 minutes away from the start of the game. Both of the tunnels are set up. The Ennis tunnel closest to us on the near sideline, and the Greenville tunnel on the far side, closest to the field house where the Lions will come out. So it'll be the Lions against the Lions, and we'll be back in 60 seconds to continue our broadcast. Bob Mutey and Danny Hernandez back here at Lion Memorial Stadium in Ennis, and we're looking at the tunnel down here for the Lions of Ennis, and they're showing to be state champions on 5 separate occasions. So we know we're in for a tough row to hoe tonight, and this 7-0 number 1 state-ranked Ennis Lion team is certainly going to be formidable tonight, Danny.
Yeah, they won state in 1975. 2000, 2001, 2004, and 2014. They have 5 state appearances and 5 state victories. So 5 for 5 so far. That's pretty good. Last year, they went 9-2 last year, if I'm correct. And let me look at my sheet real quick to confirm that. But they went to the state regional finals. They went 12-2 last year. Sorry, went to the regional finals to play Aledo.
Pretty good club out there in Aledo.
Aledo, pretty good club out there. Pretty good club. Ranked number 2 right now, actually. They took it all the way to overtime, 36-36 against Aledo, and Aledo came out on top in overtime.
And eventually became the state champs, right?
To become the state champs, yes.
Yeah. So we know Ennis is pretty darn good, and they were about a sliver away from being a state champ again last year.
Yeah, looking at this team and looking at the roster, I mean, looking at the stat sheet, you look at all the sizes of these guys, you look at, and it's, you see 6'5", 300 pounds in your head, and you think, that's not too big, that's not...
Little bigger than the Greenville guys.
A little bigger than the Greenville guys. Their line is pretty stacked, defensive line, and also their linebackers pretty big guys, both are weighing around 190 pounds, being 6 foot and 190 pounds, so they're big boys. Definitely big boys around here. They got, I don't know what is in the water, or what they feed the kids around here, but whatever it is, I need to move to Ennis to feed my kids so I can be a NFL dad at some point.
And the Lions are filing into the tunnel on the far side. The Ennis Lions are here on the near sideline already, having come through the tunnel, which is already deflated. These guys are really big. I mean, they start 5 guys up front that are either at 300 or very close to 300 pounds, and they're pretty tall. Mm-hmm. Dorian Strawn is 6'5", 300. He's at 1 tackle. And Tamario Pace at 6'3", 275 is at the other tackle. The 2 guards are Drew Pierce, 6'2", 285, and Cody Jursic, 5'11", 290. And the center, Patlin Mendez, is a little guy at 6 feet, 210, and he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, little guy at 6 feet, 210, man. Yeah.
I think he's one of the bigger guys if he was playing for the Greenville team.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty impressive looking at three of their big wide receiver playmakers. Karan Smith, 5'9", 155. You got Skyland Simmons, 6'4", 195. He's the big one. He's a tall one. Then Leyland Spencer, 6 foot, 175.
Yeah, Simmons kind of built like Sean Brown for Greenville. Mm-hmm. I think Sean was one of the guys carrying a flag over there as the Lions now are on the far sideline, and we're about ready to kick this one off. I don't know that the captains have gone to the center of the field yet, but there's a huge maroon E in the shape of a football right at midfield, and just a really nice stadium, nice scoreboard, sponsored by Ennis Ford and 3 other businesses here locally. Had a chance to visit with Ronnie Greer from 106.9 The Ranch before the game, and he tells me that they're live streaming their games on YouTube, Ennis Lions football, just like we're doing on Greenville Lions football.
So we got a little competition going on, huh?
Got some competition. Hopefully we won't interrupt their broadcast, nor will they interrupt ours. I guess Rebecca will take care of that. I think we're having the national anthem right now. Nice rendition by the Ennis High School Band, located at the far corner of the end zone to our left. And I think the captains are about ready to come out to the center field. Looks like number 4, Caden Hubbard, the linebacker for Ennis, aforementioned by Dan, at 6'3", 195. He's a senior. And the linebacker, Davion Wallace, a senior, number 37 on your program and in your hearts tonight. So we got 2 linebackers as the captains, and we'll see what the flip results in. Scoreboard actually has a video of the head referee flipping the coin, and they got a coin toss, and you see the coins going up and down. Pretty cool. And the result is what, Dan? We're waiting. I think we've got some media down there. I wonder if that's a video or is that just a?
I think it's just a photographer on the field right now.
Okay, they're getting pictures of the head ref, and he was posing for the picture. And I didn't get what was going on, but the Ennis Lions will be on our right, and the Greenville Lions will be moving from left to right. And when they come out to line up, we'll be able to tell you what the deal is. It would appear that Greenville will be kicking, and Andrew Ibarra, number 79 on the field for the Lions in their gray uniforms, all gray with red helmets and red numerals. Ennis will be in their maroon jerseys with white pants and white numbers. Much easier to identify than our Lions, but we'll do our best. So Ibarra will handle the kickoff chores, and deep it looks like we've got D. Johnson, and here's the kick. It's a deep kick. Bounces at the 5, taken by Karan Smith. He's coming up the middle. He's got lots of room, still going, and he's brought down just inside the 30-yard line.
Whew, that was a big hole Karan Smith saw. We both saw that coming through. It was a big lane. That was about a 10-yard hole there for Karan Smith just down the middle. So it's a good pickup by the Lions kickoff team to save that from being a 7-second touchdown there.
Yeah. It's interesting that Smith let the ball bounce there, and he fielded it about the 1-yard line, turned around and started up the field, and you could just see this opening like the Red Sea opened for him. Fortunately, somebody grabbed him and got him down right at the 30-yard line. So Colin Drake, senior quarterback, he's got D. Johnson next door, quick pass out, receiver breaks a tackle. That's Leyland Spencer. Broke a tackle by, looks like K.D. Johnson. No, actually that was Kenton Anderson.
Yeah, Kenton Anderson. Looks like they switched sides on us now, Bob.
All right, it's first down now for quick conversion by Drake on a pass to the near sideline. Ball right at the 40. Smith in motion. He takes the jet sweep handoff, and he's loose. Cuts back. He's at the 40. Picks up a blocker at the 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Karan Smith. 5'9", 155-pound wide receiver on a jet sweep. Ran toward the far sideline and cut it back and scored on the near sideline.
Yeah, good pickup there by Leyland Spencer, picking up Kenton Anderson on the block there to allow for Karan Smith to get into the touchdown. It was a jet sweep to the right side, to the side away from us, and he cut it back inside, Bob.
Angel Aguilar lines up for the PAT. Snap is good. Hold is good. It's a high kick, and it's also good. So quickly, with just 27 seconds gone, the Ennis Lions score a touchdown to lead 7-0. That didn't take long, Danny.
Yeah, it did not take long. That was 2 offensive plays for a touchdown.
Well, Coach Duke indicated when he brought Micah Simpson up that he needed some more speed in the secondary, but obviously the speed of Karan Smith was just too much for the Lions to handle on that particular occasion.
Yeah, jet sweep to our far side, like I said earlier. It was, Colin Drake did a good job faking a pass down the flats. I guess that's what maybe the misdirection got the best of the Lions defense there, because no one touched Kenton Anderson until he was 25 yards up the field.
Well, it might have held the linebackers, like you say. He handed the ball off to Smith, and then he kind of reared up like he still had it to throw. So we'll see now how the Lions will be able to respond. deep for the Lions out of the kick of Aguilar. Probably Denson and Jaquez Davis, if I'm guessing, down there standing at about the 15-yard line. Aguilar approaches, and it's a short kick. Fair catch called for and made by Sean Brown at the 34-yard line.
All right, it's just interesting. It's interesting to think what Greenville Lions might have in their game plan this game. As we were saying earlier, it's a big defense here, big defensive line. So I don't see a lot of runs up the middle.
No, with Caleb Leha out at right tackle, that weakens the blocking scheme up front for Greenville. Stevens turns around to say something to the ref, and there's some kind of a stoppage here. And yeah, they had it spotted at the wrong hash. So they bring it to the near hash mark, and that's where the Lions will start. And I guess Stevens pointed that out to the official very wisely. Mm-hmm. Better for us, too, because they're a little closer. So Sam Martin, the center, will handle the snap back to Stevens, and there's a procedure penalty right off the bat, Dan.
That might have been an offsides there. I'm thinking, looks like Zadarian Tyson there might have snapped the ball before he was set.
Not a good start for the Lions as they move back 5 yards. Now it'll be 1st and 15. Ball spotted at the 29-yard line of Greenville. Brandon Stevens, senior quarterback. Zy Tyson starts on the jet sweep. Ball's handed. Going left is Miles Denson, and he's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 6.
Yeah, this is probably going to be the Miles Denson show tonight, Bob.
Well, it's been that way all season.
Yeah, more so than ever. I think our speed is really going to be our best ally this game.
Now, Ennis has plenty of speed as well, as we saw from Corral Smith, but you're right. Denson is the load for us. Snap and handoff to Odegus Johnson, and he stopped almost at the line of scrimmage. Tried to go off right tackle behind Travis Bowers, and Bowers is having to limp off the field. Looks like some kind of an ankle injury. So he'll be replaced by Wade Moses. Moses is one of the bigger guys on that offensive front, probably the biggest. Mm-hmm. I think he's about 6'4" and weighs somewhere in the neighborhood of 295. So Wade will handle the right tackle position, and we'll see if Bowers is able to get over his ankle injury. We have 2 receivers right and 2 left. Odegus Johnson in the backfield with Stevens. Stevens drops back. He's under pressure. He breaks out. He's got some room. He's at the 40, at the 45, at the 50. He steps out of bounds, being forced out by number 21, Eric Gonzalez.
Yeah, great play there by Brandon Stevens. Really, as we've seen him do all season, create something out of nothing. And that's really the show for him. That's really been what we've seen from the offseason, making plays with his legs if nothing's there.
And the Lion offensive front at least split the gap so that he could scurry right up the middle, and he just barely got out of the grasp of one of the Ennis Lion defenders. He fakes this time to Johnson, and he gets about 3 or 4 yards around the left end. So Stevens doing it with his legs right now. He's up to about the 46-yard line of Ennis. Gain of 4. We'll call it 2nd and 6. Boy, I wish the Lions had more easily identifiable numbers. I'm having a lot of trouble down there, Danny. Brandon Stevens now with the pitch to Johnson. Johnson deep in the backfield, has some room down inside the 40-yard line before he's brought down by, I think that's Devion.
Yeah, that was
Beasley.
Miles Denson. That was Miles Denson there with the pitch, or who to receive the pitch is Miles Denson there. And he got a first down on that, Bob.
Okay, so Denson's got the high white socks on tonight like Odegus normally wears.
Yep.
Okay, my mistake. So Denson with the pickup for a first down for Greenville, their second one here in the first quarter. 10 minutes remain. Stevens decides to keep it, goes right up the middle, gets good blocking, and moves forward to about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Greenville Lions doing a great job moving the ball. We've on the ground. I mean, I was wrong. I was wrong. They've been moving on the ground. They've been moving the ball pretty well on the ground.
Yeah, Daniel Bueno, Sam Martin, and Alex Rodriguez moving some people on that defensive front for Ennis back.
Looks like I was more intimidated of this defensive line than the Greenville Lions offense was.
2nd and 6. Sean Brown goes in motion, goes back outside. Otagus Johnson in trouble, and he's going to be forced out of bounds at the near side for a loss of probably 2 yards. Not a whole lot of blocking up front that time.
Yeah, that time it was plugged up. Right, the middle right was plugged up there, so not a lot of room for. I think that was Miles Denson again.
Is it Denson again?
Yeah, I think that was Miles Denson again. So, not a lot of room for Miles Denson. Even Miles Denson to make something happen. There's just not enough room for him to make a little couple shifty moves to get up the field.
Okay, so DeGarian Anderson is in at a wide receiver spot, and Denson is indeed the running back. Normally in the slot formation, Miles is set up next to Brandon Stevens, who's going to his left, and there's a stoppage and another procedure penalty against the Lions of Greenville. That was Zy Tyson on the false start. That might have been the second time he got started a little early. That's unusual for a wide receiver, and really is that's really undisciplined on the part of a wide receiver to jump the snap.
And I think it was the motion he does, and you gotta make sure the ball snapped before he gets past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. 3rd and 13. Stevens hands to Denson, and he's immediately collared. And that'll bring up a punting situation for the Lions. After getting 2 first downs, they're going to be forced to punt. So Isaiah Lowe, the junior punter, comes onto the field. So the Lions use up about almost 3 minutes of clock, or over 3 minutes of clock, before they turn the ball back over to Ennis. Ennis has D. Johnson deep standing at the 10-yard line to receive Lowe's punt. Or is that Luna? Or is that Ibarra? And it's a fake. And Josh Luna throws the ball downfield. That's a great catch. Wow, what a catch by Davion Wallace, I believe.
Yeah, Davion Wallace with the catch. He was juggling it in his hand with one hand and brought it down. Brought it down with one hand.
That's a beautiful catch. You won't see a better reception than that. And a nice throw by Josh Luna, who was in the blocking formation. He kind of floated it, just put some air under it and made it easy for Wallace to grab it. But still a great catch by Davion Wallace, who we don't think about being a receiver, but obviously he's in there in a blocking position for the punt formation. So a big break. And a gutsy call early by Coach Duke. So the Lions set up first down now. Brandon Stevens has some room at the 20, 15, almost down to the 10-yard line, and that should be another first down.
Yeah, that fake punt there is one of those calls where, if it doesn't work, you think in your head, what are you thinking? Why would you do that in the beginning of the game? But if it does work, it's one of those, you're a genius. You're the best thing on this field. Please do that again. That was awesome.
Well, we like it, and it was a great execution by the Lions. Denson now with a handoff going around the left side, forced out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. Pickup of about, we'll call it 6. So the Lions moving the ball pretty smartly. They ran into some trouble after that procedure penalty, and just couldn't get the first down in 3 downs, so they decided to get it on 4th down.
Yeah. As long as they move the sticks, whatever works for me.
All right, 2nd and 4, 6:53 remaining here in the first quarter. Lions trail 7-0. Miles Denson in the pistol takes a handoff, and boy, he is just smothered. 3 Ennis Lion maroon jerseys were there to stop Miles Denson for a loss. Guys up front looked a little porous that time.
Yeah, looked a little poor that time, but But Miles Denson, I think what Coach Duke is thinking, if you're going to put a running back there, you might as well make it one that can get to the outside fast, quick and in a hurry, and that's Miles Denson.
Yeah, no question. All right, so it's 3rd and 5, and Brandon Stevens is sacked. Once again, 3 maroon-shirted Ennis Lions led by Caden Hubbard, one of the linebackers. So he must be blitzing in there. That's the second time he's been right in there.
Yeah, both outside linebackers blitzed, and it might have been that middle linebacker blitz as well. But I know both outside linebackers did blitz. But so now Greenville Lions will have to settle for a punt. Or sorry,
They're going to try a field goal from the 22-yard line. Andrew Ibarra out of the hold of Garrett Phillips. Kick is up. And it's good. So the sophomore kicker, one of our 2 sophomore kickers, converts, and the Lions get a positive result after their drive, which lasted right at about 6 minutes. 5:33 remaining, and they trail 7-3. What do you think, Danny?
Yeah, not a bad start. We saw the Greenville Lions moving the ball well on the ground. Miles Denson outside runs, Brandon Stevens making it work on his legs. So they moved the ball more than I thought and more than I would have expected them to move against the number 1 team in the state of Texas.
Yeah. The Greenville Lions, we've got the Lions against the Lions here tonight,
I was going to say,
folks.
it's going to be a little difficult tonight.
The Greenville team is going to have to figure out how to control those blitzing linebackers, because Caden Hubbard just had a field day on those last 2 plays.
And those penalties, those really killed momentum. And I think, if maybe that penalty didn't happen, I think we might have made a touchdown. The way we're moving the ball kind of killed the momentum up forward.
Yeah. Well, once again, Karan Smith and Leyland Spencer are deep for Ennis. Ibarra approaches, puts a good foot into it. It's going to be Spencer this time, right at the 10, drops the ball, picks it up, still got some room at the 30, and he's brought down right at the 31-yard line. McCallum and
maybe Davion?
Isaiah Lowe.
Isaiah Lowe.
Isaiah Lowe and Jeremiah McCallum on the tackle.
And it was 30-something was on that tackle.
So the Lion defense, once again now, has to go up against this high-powered Ennis offense under the direction of senior quarterback Colin Drake, who happens to be his son of the athletic director. So 5:26 to go as they start their drive. Fakes to Karan Smith, gives to Johnson, and Johnson picks up good yardage. D. Johnson, one of the 2 running backs, both juniors. So they're in pretty good stable of running backs for next year as well, Danny.
Yeah.
We'll call it 2nd and 4. In motion and then back. Big number 8. Handoff to Johnson, and Johnson squirts forward for a first down.
Yeah, Clayton Jenkins, that big number 8 you were speaking of, 6 foot 240.
He's a load at the tight end H-back position. So first down for Johnson. Sticks moved up to the 47 of Ennis. 1st and 10. Johnson and Drake in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Drake fakes a handoff, throws to the near sideline to Spencer, and Spencer's forced out of bounds by Kadarian Johnson.
Yeah, good move by Kadarian Johnson, playing it safe against the big number 7, Leyland Spencer, who is a pretty shifty guy. I would have seen him be a little bit more aggressive and try to swat that ball down, but he was playing it safe. He is very shifty, good with his hands. He got stiff-armed earlier, so I guess that was kind of stuck in his mind.
I think Johnson has to respect Spencer's speed. He's given him about 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Handoff to D. Johnson. Johnson is loose on the sidelines before he's bumped out of bounds by McCallum after a nice gain down to about the 35 of Greenville.
Yeah, David Wallace initially had the tackle on the 35, couldn't hold on,
Ennis goes tempo. Excuse me, Danny. It's a handoff to Johnson. He's got the right side. No containment by the defensive end. He's still loose, and he's finally hit by a Pride of Lions inside the 20-yard line.
Davion Wallace on that tackle now to D. Johnson, as I was saying before. Initially had the tackle on D. Johnson, but he bounced off it to get about 6 more yards.
Yeah, and this tempo is affecting the Greenville defense. They're set to go again. Fakes the handoff this time. He's going deep, looking for Spencer, and Spencer has it, closely covered by Kadarian Johnson, but Spencer goes up over top and converts for the touchdown.
Yeah, Leyland Spencer, he is 6 foot, 175, reached out over Johnson to get that ball. That was a good catch.
Yeah, Johnson gives up a few inches to Spencer and kind of had his back to the ball, too, and the receiver, obviously looking for the ball, had the advantage.
Yeah.
And Spencer did a good job. Aguilar's kick is up and good. I think there was an offside penalty. That'll be declined. The point stands, and the score sits at Ennis 14, Greenville 3, with 3:43 remaining here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was a good play by Johnson, though. It was good defense there. That's really what you want. He was on Leyland Spencer, hand on his hip, right hand facing quarterback, looking up at the ball. Looking at the replay there.
Yeah, we're watching replay, and Johnson did turn and look for the ball, but Spencer out-jumped him, really.
Yeah.
Spencer
out-jumped him, and he turned his ball, when Johnson jumped, he turned his back a little bit away from the ball, and that's kind of what gave Spencer a chance to kind of get around and over Johnson's back shoulder to catch the ball in.
No criticism at all of K.D. Johnson that time. He had really good coverage. Just a better execution by probably a player who's going to play at the next level next year.
Yeah, I was looking, doing a little Twitter creeping on Leyland Spencer, and he's got a few offers from a few Texas universities.
Here's Aguilar's kick. Once again, it's a popover kick, and another fair catch called for, this time by Brown at the 33-yard line, we'll call it. So the Lions down by 11 now. Will try to put some more points on the board in their second opportunity. They converted a fourth down play on the last drive, which was an outstanding play by Davion Wallace and Josh Luna. Luna with the pass and Wallace with the catch. But they were only able to convert it into 3 points. So the Lions start, we'll call it the 32-yard line. Brandon Stevens hands to the running back. It is Johnson this time. I got it right, Danny. And he moves forward for about 4 yards. I got to remember that Odegas has the red and white socks, whereas Miles has just the white socks.
And then Odegas Johnson has a red towel. He's got a red towel on his back. Remember?
All right,
that's
5-yard pickup. 2nd and 5. This time Johnson's actually bounces out and tries to pick up additional yardage, ends up losing more. Had he just gone down when he was first encountered, probably would have saved about 3 yards at loss. But he tried to go off right tackle, and again, just 92 Michael Markgraf was right there to stop that play. So it's 3rd and 8. Stevens drops back under pressure, and I think he fumbled the ball. Did he fumble it?
Yep, he did.
Oh, my. He fumbled the ball, and it's recovered by D. Johnson, who doubles as a defensive back, so a costly turnover here.
That was actually, Bob, looked like that was this number 31. That was Edgar Gabriola that caused the initial fumble, or picked up the fumble, sorry. It's 31 there.
Well, Stevens tried to do something with that, and there were just too many maroon shirts around him, and one of them just stripped him of the ball, and the Ennis Lions now will start at the Greenville 26-yard line. Quick strike offense here. under the direction of Drake. And Drake hands to Beasley, and Beasley is going to score. In one play, the Ennis Lions tack on another touchdown, this time courtesy of running back Devion Beasley, a 5'7", 165-pounder. And he broke one tackle at about the 15-yard line, and was Katie bar the door after that.
Yeah, the Ennis Lions defense has a pretty interesting scheme. There's always two people rushing there. It's either going to be the outside linebackers that are rushing, or it's going to be the middle linebacker that are rushing. All three show rush, and one of them will hop back last minute and contain. So it's
tough to figure out who to block.
It's tough to figure out who to block, and I'm not even sure if they just probably do it at random. You know, they're probably just signaling to each other, hey, this time you go, this time you go. So it's tough to block and tough to predict. You know, who's gonna be rushing at what point.
Yeah.
They're all big guys. They're all fast. They're all quick. Number 2 there, Peyton Chapman. 5'11", 220, middle linebacker.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a
Well, we were
pretty
told to
difficult
watch
game.
for Chapman and Hubbard both as from the linebacker spots, and they've been wreaking havoc with the Greenville offense. Angel Aguilar's kick for the extra point was good, and Ennis leads 21-3 very early here in the game. 2:27 remaining in the first quarter, and Greenville has yet to even slow down this Ennis Lion offense. Once again, Aguilar's kick will come down to Sean Brown. This time he chooses not to fair catch it. He's running to his left, has a blocker, and moves upfield almost to the 46-yard line. A nice job by Sean Brown on that reception.
And that's probably the best reception we've seen, actually. I mean, he's pretty much fair caught all the balls in the past that's gone his way.
Yep. I don't blame him for fair catching because the maroon shirts were down there in a hurry.
Definitely not the size of these guys. I'd fair catch. I'd probably fair catch it every time. I'm 5'8". Yeah, I wouldn't even try to run the ball.
Well, it's a good return set up by Greenville. So 2 receivers on either side. Stevens pitches out. That's Johnson, and Johnson tries to make a move, and Hubbard was there waiting for him.
Yeah, 4 Ennis Lions there waiting for him, and Alex Johnson slowing down a little bit to try to see if he can, maybe make a quick move, get one off his heels. But at that point, you just got to put your head down and try to run through them.
Yeah, Chapman and Hubbard both linebackers were there on Otagus Johnson. It's a loss of 2 yards. 2nd and 12. Greenville going backwards here. Stevens looking downfield. Had an opportunity to go out to his left and chose to go straight ahead right into the arms of Markgraft. Looked like he had a lane to the left, Danny, but he didn't take it, and that would have been probably his best scramble option there.
Yeah, his back was to the left. He's looking upfield. He's looking his right. The lane to his left was open, like you said, Bob, and looks like he was looking for Sean Brown downfield. Didn't like the look and try to make something of it.
Travis Bowers back in at right tackle. Lions having trouble containing the defensive line and linebackers of Ennis. Here's Stevens. He finds his receiver, and he's upfield very close to a first down. Nice throw and nice reception by Jaquez Davis on the far side. And I'm thinking they're not going to move the sticks.
No.
Not a really good spot there, I didn't think.
No, yeah, he didn't get past the sticks there. He was tackled just shy. Spot is right.
Greenville Lions down 18 points, though. They're not going to punt the ball in this situation. They're going to go for it on 4th down, and we'll call it a short 1 yard. Ball spotted at the 46-yard line of Ennis. It's a big play for the Greenville offense and their pride. And we're counting down now, 18 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. And the play clock, if I could see it, Where is the play clock, Danny?
Far to the left of the scoreboard there.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, way out there. Okay,
It's
I got you.
It's a little out there.
Yeah, we got one on either end. I just didn't see either one of them. Greenville decides to take a timeout with 17 seconds remaining. Tough start for Greenville, Dan.
Yeah, I mean we didn't expect Greenville Lions to have a good chance to come out with the win here in this game. They're playing the #1 team in 5A Division II.
Yeah.
We've seen this Ennis Lions. I mean, they've beat every single team they've played by more than 30 points, and they've held every single team they've beaten to less than 30 points. So I mean, they're a good team all around.
Yeah, you could tell just in watching them work out before the game, loosen up. I mean, everything was precision. Every drill was precision, and just very well coached by Sam Harrell. Okay, here it is, Greenville with 4th and 1. Takes a snap, hands to Denson, and Denson goes off right tackle, and the Lions have moved him back far enough to pick up a first down. Go to the money guy when you need the first down.
Yeah, go to what you know. And Miles Denson is that guy. You need a yard, he's got it.
I noticed that Otagus Johnson was in on that play, but I thought it was Denson on the carry. Am I right or wrong? Do you know?
It looked like, on the replay, it looked like it's Denson on the carry.
Okay.
But
Confirmation.
these numbers.
Bob got something right.
These numbers get us. These numbers can get us.
Hey, when Bob gets something right, it's a joy here in the press box.
And when Danny gets something right, it's even more of a joy.
They're not paying us enough, Dan, I'll tell you.
Yeah. You want me to be more right than... You know.
All right, end of the first quarter, 21-3 Ennis. We'll take about a 30-second break to catch our breath. Okay, 1st and 10 for Greenville. Ball resting at the 43-yard line of Ennis. Pitch out and immediately hit high on, looked like a face mask that time.
I was going to say, I'd probably, if I was that head ref there, I would have probably thrown that flag for a face mask.
Yeah, Otagus Johnson brought down for a loss of about 5 yards, but no foul on the play. Must have just hit the helmet. That was Johnson on the defensive play, D. Johnson. These two running backs will alternate on both offense and defense, and right now both of them are in the game. Johnson's assignment is Sean Brown on the far side. He's got him man on man, and Beasley's a free safety. All right, 2nd and 15. Once again, the Lions struggling to make yardage on first down. Otagus Johnson gets the handoff and gets about a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, so 3rd and 10 here with just under 11 minutes in the second quarter. Seen a lot of ground movement, maybe a couple pass plays from this Greenville Lions offense.
Yeah, they've almost got to do it through the air, I think. Stevens has got to find either Brown or Davis. And right now, Hubbard is out on Brown with Johnson behind him, so they've changed it up a little bit. So Stevens looking downfield, and he overshoots Josh Luna. I'm sorry, that's Davis. At the 25-yard line, so that'll bring up a 4th down, and let's see if it turns into a kicking situation.
Yeah, good kicking team is coming out.
Ibarra will handle the punting duties. We had him handling the punting duties last time, but they ran a fake, which was successful and got the 4th down conversion. This time Ennis has a single man back to receive. Again, that's Johnson. Ibarra's kick off and is down, rolling just inside the 20, where Davion Wallace will down it. So it'll be first down for Ennis at that point. 21-3, they lead with 10:20 remaining here in the first half. at Lion Memorial Stadium. This is a really good football team that Greenville's playing tonight, Dan.
Yeah, and Greenville Lions offense isn't doing, bad blocking. Then that last pass that Brandon Stevens threw over, he just threw off his back foot. He had time to get set. The Greenville Lions offense did a good job of giving him time. He had time to get set and make a good pass there, but
Yeah, but good coverage on Davis downfield.
yeah.
Okay, so Colin Drake takes a snap, looking downfield. Oh, almost intercepted that time by Kadarian Johnson. He stepped in front of Karan Smith and almost picked it off. Boy, that would have been good.
That would have been awesome, yeah.
That was right at the 40-yard line. Pretty good throw by Drake, but Johnson stepped in front of Smith and very nearly picked it off. So it's 2nd and 10, right at the 20-yard line. Receivers split either side. Handoff to Johnson, and D. Johnson is up for a gain of about 7 yards.
Both these Lion number 3s here running the ball, very impressive guys.
Right, Miles Denson and D. Ivian Johnson, and we're calling D for short. Denson comes into the game replacing Jackson Cathy in the defensive secondary for Greenville. 3rd and 3. Once again, hand off to Johnson. He's slowed down. McCallum's got a hold of him. I think they've got him stopped short. Good job by the defense of the Greenville Lions.
Yeah, Michael Surface was there with first contact. Bounced off Michael Surface, but he was quick to turn around and grab the back of his jersey, and a few more Lions there rallied up and stopped him short of the first down.
It's a good stop by Greenville, and probably one of the few punts that Colin Drake has had to make this season, if I had to guess. So he's standing at his own 15-yard line to do the punting chores. It's 4th and 2. Ennis not going to mess around. Drake kind of hesitates, puts a good foot into it. The Lions don't even have anybody back, and the ball is rolling and still rolling and still rolling. And wow, on this artificial turf, that ball rolled a long way, Danny.
Yeah, I was going to say the good thing about having Colin Drake as your punter there, looked like he caught it almost as if it was a long like a long snap, and he looked like he might have hesitated to see if there's someone down to throw it to. So.
Yeah, and that might have held the receiving team and keep them from going down and protecting. And like I said, the Greenville Lions decided just let it roll, and it's spotted at the 13-yard line. So that's a long kick, and most of it was roll. All right, so 1st and 10 for Greenville. Brandon Stevens. Denson in motion, gets the jet sweep handoff, and he is upfield for about 2 yards. Not what we're used to seeing. Generally, we see him with plenty of room to run, but the Lions defensive Ennis are doing a really good job of watching for number 3.
Yeah, usually teams that we faced before, they don't do a very good job of running their angles.
And I noticed Isaiah Lowe was in there at running back. I wonder where Hugh Pitts is. Did you see Pitts down on the field or not?
Did not see Pitts down on the field. They're a little too far from my eyes now.
Here's the pitch from Stevens. And the gain is up, pretty close to first down yardage. That's Otagus Johnson on the carry. Going to bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 1. Lions could use a conversion right here, Dan, to keep this drive going. 7:43 remaining here in the first half. Lions trails 21-3 to the Ennis Lions. Denson in the slot near side. Otagus Johnson takes the pitch, and wow, just not much going on there, Danny. Just really good pursuit by that maroon-shirted Lions.
Yeah, I was going to say that most teams we faced in the past, their pursuit of Miles Denson wasn't very, they don't get their angles right. You know, they've never probably played against someone with such speed, and this Ennis Lions defense, they're a well-oiled machine.
So Ibarra's in punting formation. It's 4th and 6. Ball spotted at the 17-yard line, and Ennis is going to take a timeout to preserve a little bit of clock. 6:51 remaining. Well, the Lions are having trouble moving on the ground, and they're having trouble protecting Stevens in the passing game, so there's not much in the way of options against this maroon-shirted defense.
And I see what, you know, I see what the looks are with the pitch, with the option run. But running it a little consecutively, you know, gets a little predictable, and it allows them to maybe adjust their angles and adjust the way they line up for the pitch. So,
well, and the Lions don't really have any kind of counteraction. They haven't shown us any kind of reverse or anything like that, and that could be because Coach Alexander is just going to keep that in his pocket for use in the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, here's the teams back on the field. Andrew Ibarra in punt formation, takes a snap. It's a bad kick. Oh my goodness. That was off the side of his foot, and that is going to be down at the Greenville 22-yard line. That is a punt of 5 yards. Wow. Ibarra has a good leg too. That was a bad drop, and wow.
Yeah, bad drop there, and he didn't position his body very well there on the kick. Maybe didn't keep his head down. There's a lot of pressure there from the Ennis Lions. Maybe the pressure kind of made him keep his head up and not commit to the kick.
Well, it's going to make it pretty easy for Ennis here, as they have a first down at the 22-yard line of Greenville after the short punt. Jenkins in motion. Drake looking downfield, has his man. It's Spencer on the far side up the field for about an 8-yard pickup. Leyland Spencer. He's probably headed for college somewhere next year. Really nice looking receiver. Once again, quickly to the line of scrimmage are the Ennis Lions. Colin Drake. Fake the blitz by Greenville. Drake looks over for a play. Gets it from the coach. Clock is stopped with 6:36 remaining. 2nd and 2. Drake drops back. Now he's going to take it up the middle. And he found a hole, and it might have been a strip there.
Yeah, it looks like
he got down to the 5-yard line. The referee is pointing that it's a first down, and he's pointing in the direction of Ennis. So I thought there was something going on there with a possible fumble, but obviously if there was, Drake was able to recover it.
Yeah, either Drake recovered it, or maybe one of the linemen there that were close to him maybe picked it up and got down, but it looked like he did fumble the ball.
In any event, 1st and goal at the 6-yard line for Ennis. Johnson alongside Drake. He gets the handoff, going to right tackle. Greenville does a good job that time, and they prevent a touchdown. He's down at about the 2.5, 3-yard line.
Yeah, and actually Miles Denson there was on that diving tackle. Miles Denson, number 3, tackling Davion Johnson, number 3.
2nd and goal to go from the 3-yard line. Drake hands to Johnson, and he runs into a wall of Greenville defenders. Jaden Champion just set his big body in front of that one and assisted in stopping that play. Trying to get the number of that other player in there for Greenville. It might be Javon Sharber. So lots of beef up front for Greenville. And they're trying to put the goal line defense on Ennis with 4:48 remaining and the clock running. 3rd and goal, and Johnson is into the end zone, standing up this time. Went off right tackle, and there was no resistance.
Yeah, no resistance to big hole there for him on the right. But it was a good effort of the Greenville Lions defense there.
Yeah, they made him work for it that time. Yeah, no question. But Aguilar will try to make it 28-3 with his extra point attempt out of the hold of Peyton Chapman. Interesting that a linebacker would be the holder on the placements. You don't see that very often. Kicks up and good. 28-3 Ennis, 4:42 remaining. We'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be right back. Are we back?
Yeah.
Aguilar's kick taken down at the 3-yard line, and probably an ill-advised decision that time by the Greenville receiver. And that might have been Zy Tyson down there. Probably could have let that one go in and we'd have had the ball at the 25-yard line, but Tyson decided to receive it and is able to bring it out only to the 13-yard line, we'll call it.
Yeah, it's either Zy Tyson or Kadarian Anderson. One of those guys. Ken Anderson, sorry.
So, tough field position once again for Greenville to start this drive. Pistol formation is Miles Denson, handoff this time. And we have a short gain by Otagus Johnson. Just not much going in the running game, Danny.
Yeah, not much going at all at the running game. And we get a break here and there where Denson or Johnson will break away for maybe 6 yards or plus. I've seen only 3 passes.
Well, Wade Moses is over at left tackle now, where Greg Just is normally located. Johnson takes a handoff, sweeping right, and he's forced out of bounds. Looks like maybe for a loss. This pursuit by the maroon-shirted Lions is just outstanding.
Very well coached. Very well disciplined. They stick to their pursuit. They know that if there's a guy behind me that's aiming a little bit ahead over.
Yeah, Jacoby Sterling on that play for Ennis. So 3rd and 12. Deep in their own territory. Brandon Stevens, very little to work with. He tries a pass and it's tipped and falls incomplete inside the 5-yard line. So another punting situation for Greenville as they're just unable to get anything going at all offensively.
Yeah, and we're sticking to the ground game and that was our 4th pass of this game here. And obviously nothing came of it. A lot of pressure there from Ennis Lions defense.
So Ibarra will be standing in his own end zone for this punt. 3:49 remaining. Clock is stopped after the incompleted pass. Kick this time is a little better, and it gets a good roll. It's going to be down by Greenville right at midfield. So Ibarra much better with a kick that time from his own end zone. He gets it out to where Ennis will have to work 50 yards in order to put more points on the board, and we'll see if they come out with their starting 11. Yeah, that looks like they are.
That was a good kick by Ibarra. Kicked into the wind
Except it's at the 45, not at midfield.
Yeah, it kicked into the wind, so that's what, a lot of drag from the ball just kind of kept it from floating forward. So, put a good leg to it, though.
All right, 2 receivers to either side for Drake. Empty backfield. Looking right. Has his man, that's Jace Berry, and Berry's in the grasp of a Greenville defender, but manages to get a couple of yards after the catch. Berry is a quarterback / wide receiver and kind of a jack of all trades for Ennis, and is only a sophomore.
Yeah, Jeremiah McCollum there with the tackle. And a few other Greenville lines rallied to the ball there.
Gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Drake looking to his left, has Spencer. Spencer still loose, and he's tackled inside the 25-yard line of Greenville. Leyland Spencer has several receptions already tonight, Danny. We haven't seen David Claiborne. We don't know where David is.
Yeah, no, we haven't seen David.
I wonder if he came.
I doubt. Yeah, I was telling back before the game, I don't think he's going to be here.
All right, it's a bubble screen to Karan Smith, and Grigsby just buries him.
Great tackle by Grigsby.
Yeah, not much going on there for Smith on the quick bubble screen pass. And Deshaun Grigsby just leveled him right at the 25-yard line for a loss of 1. 2nd and 11. 2:21 remaining. Ennis in no big hurry. Plenty of time to motor the 25 yards. Colin Drake takes the snap, looking downfield. Now he takes it up the middle. Got about 5, maybe 8 yards. Throws the ball to the ref while he's laying on his back. Ball spotted at about the 17-yard line of Greenville. 3rd, we'll call it 3, a long 3 for Ennis. Of course, this is 4 down territory with 1:45 remaining in the first half. 2 receivers to either side. Empty backfield once again for Drake. Good protection. Oh, the ball glances off the hands of Jace Berry and falls incomplete. So 4th down. We know Aguilar's got a good leg, but I suspect that Ennis will probably go for it here on 4th down. Danny, what do you think?
Yeah, 4th and let's say 3 yards, and they've had pretty much no trouble all game getting a few yards. So I doubt they're gonna try to kick it here.
Well, 1:34 remaining after the incomplete pass. Clock stopped. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Drake will try to get this via the pass. Looks right, and he's got his man. That's Skyland Simmons for a 1st down.
Yeah, Skyland Simmons, he's the big receiver, 6'4", 195 there. Ken Anderson obviously respecting him, giving him some good space. He is big. He is fast as well. So.
Yeah, and Drake delivered a good ball. I mean, it was a simple button hook pattern, and virtually indefensible.
Yep.
So 1st and 10 from the 12. Drake once again looking downfield, moving around. Now he's going to scramble. Finds his man, and Simmons just can't hang on to that one.
Yeah, good play by Ken Anderson again. Got his right hand extended over and maybe swatted the ball out of his hands. He didn't. Looking at the replay here, let's see what they say. Yeah, Ken Anderson doing a good job getting his hand in front of the ball there.
I'll tell you what, with great protection, Colin Drake is able to have a cup of coffee back there as he's looking for his receiver. 2nd and 12. Drake looks left this time, fakes, and then throws, and it's incomplete. Looking for Spencer in the corner of the end zone on the far side.
Yeah, there's a little push off there too by Leyland Spencer.
No, I don't believe a penalty's been called against Ennis tonight.
There hasn't. Not tonight. There's only been 4 flags against the Greenville Lions, all offside penalties.
Yep, a couple procedure penalties. Mm-hmm. That's all we've seen. So the refs are keeping the laundry in their pockets, and that's fine with me. All right, 3rd and 12. Once again, an empty backfield for Colin Drake. 5 big boys up in front. Snap from Mendez. He's looking left on a bubble screen once again, and that's Spencer. And Spencer dives for the end zone And they give him the touchdown.
Wow.
Not sure he got in, but it's probably not going to make a whole lot of difference.
Yeah, I was going to say, his knee might have been down, but, let's save a play, I guess. I thought that ball was underthrown. I thought it was going to hit the ground with Spencer.
Yeah.
I mean, Leyland Spencer just reaches under.
He went
picks
down
it
and
up.
got it. No question. So Drake to Spencer results in the fifth Ennis touchdown. And Aguilar, once again, is good with the extra point. Actually, that might be Alan Hernandez in there doing a little kicking for Ennis. They're 35 and 36, so it's hard to tell, but I think that might have been Hernandez.
Yeah, it did look like Hernandez.
Yeah, no, he's a sophomore, so the 5'7", 145-pounder is getting an opportunity here to get a little game action before the playoffs next week in case something were to happen to Angel Aguilar. 35-3, Ennis over Greenville. 48 seconds remaining in the first half. And it'll be interesting to see come the second half if any of these starters for Ennis and maybe even for Greenville are even in the game, Danny.
I imagine they will be, at least for Greenville. It's a challenge, I'm sure these guys didn't come out thinking they were gonna, come on top of the #1 team in Texas in 5A Division II football. But it's a good challenge to see where you stack up against these guys, against these big players, against these good players. I mean, it's a fun challenge. It's good reps for this team to see what they can do in the playoffs. So.
Hopefully it won't be demoralizing for them. They have only stopped Ennis one time. Here's Aguilar with the kick. It's a deeper kick this time, and it's going to go into the end zone. Greenville receivers just let it go so we can get the ball on the 25-yard line. 2 timeouts remaining for Greenville should they choose to use them and try to put points on the board before the end of the half. Their explosive offense has not been able to get on track.
Yeah, it's a big defense, big outside linebackers, big guys up front. I mean, they're a well-oiled machine. They pursuit the ball well. I mean, Miles Denson has virtually been, done, let alone for, a few good runs. He's really done nothing that we're, used to seeing.
Yeah, not being able to get loose. Stevens has done most of the damage from scrambles. Zy Tyson takes the sweep, handoff. He breaks a tackle and fumbles the ball. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Zy Tyson had good yardage and lost the football.
Run. One of the few good runs and lost the football, like you said.
Second turnover by the Lions tonight.
Yeah.
Both via fumbles. And the ball was placed at the 36-yard line. 42 seconds remaining. And Drake's going to bring the first team back out onto the field. And, wow. Could they make it 42, Danny?
Hopefully not. Miles Denson lining up on as a slot defender there. Something we're not used to seeing very often.
This time it's a handoff to Karan Smith, and he's got lots of room around the left end. Picks up a first down to about the 21-yard line. That'll stop the clock to move the chains. No indication that Ennis intends to call a timeout, thankfully. 23 seconds, clock running, and now they do call a timeout.
That was the second jet sweep we've seen from Ennis, and that was the second time it's gotten pretty good yardage.
Yeah. Well, we talk about Greenville speed, but Ennis doesn't have to hold a candle to anybody, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
21 seconds remaining, and Greenville has turned the ball over once again to this high-powered Ennis offense. They pick up one first down, and they've got 21 seconds remaining here in the first half, already with a 35-3 lead. What do you think, Danny?
I mean, there's not much to think here, Bob. This Ennis is a very, very, very good team. Our Greenville Lions, hopefully, like you said, not demoralizing for them, being down 35-3 coming into the halftime.
Well, there's not much. You look at the body language of Greenville, and there's not much excitement there. It's tough to play when you're up against a superior team like Ennis. So here we have a first down. Smith in motion. Drake fakes it to him and is throwing deep, looking for Simmons, and it's broken up nicely by
It's Ken
Kenton
Anderson.
Anderson.
Yep, Ken Anderson. Third time he's been targeted like that, and he's been playing. He's been playing pretty good defense here.
You know, I thought Anderson was a pretty big guy, but next to Simmons, he looks small.
Yeah, Simmons 6'4", 6'4", and yeah,
Almost
6'4",
200
195,
pounds.
Almost 200 pounds. Yeah, Skylar
Good
Simmons.
job by Anderson. 16 seconds remaining now. 2nd and 10. Ennis comes back up to the line of scrimmage with an empty backfield once again. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Jenkins in the H-back. Drake looking for it. Now he's scrambling. It's down to a 5. And Drake's going to score on the scramble from 21 yards out to make it 41-3. Colin Drake's no small guy either at 6'1", 195.
No, and if he doesn't make, he was looking for Simmons again downfield. Ken Anderson playing good defense on him again, and he just decided to take it in his own hands and score this point.
So that Greenville turnover results in another touchdown for Ennis. And here's the extra point attempt. It's up and good. And that's Aguilar again to make it 42-3 with 7 seconds left in the half. Well, if this is not demoralizing for the Greenville Lions, I got to be surprised, Danny.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you're up against the #1 team in the state, but to be down 39 points in the first half.
That was pretty quick math there.
You know, I almost screwed it up.
I was still doing the math when you said it. I was like, what is this?
42-3, folks.
I told Becca to take her socks off so I can count her toes.
Yeah. I don't know how many of you are still with us, but maybe we'll see something different in the second half, because I suspect we will not see any of the Ennis starters in the second half of this game. Remember, earlier in the season, they beat Royce City 71-18.
I was just gonna say, hopefully they don't do that. But Royce City, hopefully they don't do that to us. So.
Well, you know, I was thinking surely it's not going to be that bad, but right now it you know, I mean, it could be 84-6 if it's get the same amount in the second half. All right, here's the kick. It's going to be taken by Denson at the 10, up to the 20. Has a little bit of room up beyond the 30-yard line, and the half will end right there. 42-3. And we're going to let you enjoy the Ennis band. We'll see if we can find David Claiborne. If we can, we'll have some very overwhelming statistics. If not, you guys can judge for yourselves. 42-3 from Lion Memorial Stadium. Ennis leads Greenville. Enjoy the band.
Lionettes are in their 33rd year and are under the direction of Tia Hensley and assisted by Jennifer Howard. We would like to thank the following boot backers for their generous and continued support: Doc Beverage and Kalachi Depot, Ennis Midwifery, Roberts Recycling Services, Rotary Club of Ennis, George and Peggy Consolver, Kozlowski's Collision Repair, Ennis Ford, Lowe Products, Chet Tia Hensley.
Yeah, I can hear the spot back. Oh, you're good. I'm just walking around making sure my dad was good. Yeah, you see what she's doing?
And now presenting under the field direction of senior drum majors Olivia Herta and Kate Potts, the Ennis High School Band.
My wife loves that stuff. I can't stand it.
Gary Goodwin, Brian Cup, David Pruitt,
And we're back underway. Aguilar's kick goes into the end zone. So Greenville will start at their own 25-yard line here in the second half. I'm checking the defensive alignment for Ennis.
Looks like the starters
Most of their starters are still in there.
You got 92, 2, 90, 99.
Chapman and Hubbard in there at the linebacker spots. And the big guys up front for Ennis. Brandon Stevens and Otagus Johnson in the backfield. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson has a little bit of room, and he's brought down after a gain of about 2. It's been a long night thus far for the Lions of Greenville, Danny.
Yeah, long night thus far for Greenville Lions. We've seen a lot, 2 fumbles, offside penalty calls. Not a lot of ground, not a lot of traction getting going on the ground game.
Yeah, field position's just been incredibly good for Ennis and incredibly bad for the Lions of Greenville. Brandon Stevens rolls left, now goes back to his right, looking downfield, and just throws it out of bounds. He had Denson streaking down the field, but it was too late for him to see that.
Yeah, too
and
late
I'm
for him
not
to
sure
see
he
it.
could have gotten it down there anyway.
Yeah, he was running away from the side of the field that Denson was on. Good of Sean Brown to come down and try to get him to throw the ball towards him, make a play.
Yeah, Brown hasn't had a reception tonight, I don't believe.
Nope, no reception from Brown.
Of course, we haven't had that many, maybe 2. All right, Stevens again under pressure, and he is going to be sacked. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be Brandon Stevens tonight, Danny.
Yeah, he's got his head on a swivel. He's making throws off his back foot. He's trying to scrambling a little bit more than he usually does. He's not scrambling, confidently. He's really just trying to find a safe place to land before he gets tackled.
It's a good way to put it. Andrew Ibarra in punt formation. Gets the kick away. It's a good kick. And it's going to roll into Ennis territory and fall dead at about the 42-yard line of Ennis.
That was the best kick we've seen from him tonight. I guess he kept his head down. I guess you realize they're not going to... The 2 pass kicks, they rushed pretty hard. So maybe it kind of deterred him from keeping his head down and committing to the kick.
And he's going to get to join Jalen Mapps and Deshaun Grigsby and John Hill on that defensive line for Greenville. Mm-hmm. And we have a new quarterback for Ennis. Jackson Gilkey, a 6'2", 195-pound sophomore, number 15. Fakes a jet sweep, takes it right up the middle, gets good blocking, has a nice hole, and moves forward for about 5 yards.
Yeah, we're watching him warm up, and he has a little bit of an interesting throwing motion, almost, sidearms the ball.
Yeah.
With a flick, it's different.
Yeah, I've never seen an arm action like Gilkey's. 2nd and 6. Hands off to Beasley, and Beasley is caught in the arms of John Hill for what looks to be a loss. Nice play by the defensive end for the Lions. Had a little help from Grigsby. So it'll be a 3rd and 7. All these starters are still in the game for Ennis, as well as Greenville on defense, with the exception of the quarterback. Colin Drake's evening is done, and he'll be able to sit and watch and get ready for next week's game against Frisco Liberty. Gilkey takes the snap, finds Beasley. Beasley dodges a tackle, and he's out of bounds for a first down. Kenton Anderson had a shot to stop him short of the first down and just flat missed him.
Yeah, Ken Anderson puts his head down. I mean, that's the one thing. You got to keep your head up. You got to look at what you're tackling. You got to see what you're going to hit. It's also very dangerous for you to put your head down the way he does.
He's not going to want to watch that that piece of film tomorrow. Here's Beasley again on the handoff, and he's forward very close to another first down.
Yeah, Ken Anderson still, you know, he's over here giving, he's still kind of disappointed with himself missing that tackle, which...
Well, that would have forced a punt early here in the second half. Gilkey hands to Beasley one more time, and Beasley's got a first down. Two junior running backs for Ennis, and both of them pretty darn good. Of course, they're running behind a great blocking offensive line. Gilkey fakes to Johnson this time. He's got a lot of room around the left side. Nothing but green grass, and he gets down to the 15-yard line for yet another first down for Ennis.
Yeah, Zy Tyson there with the tackle, and Davion Wallace as well, making his way downfield to get that tackle.
Ennis going with tempo. Beasley with the handoff, and a nice job of penetration that time by the left side of the defensive line and linebackers, and they throw Beasley for a loss of a yard.
That looks like Ibarra, and I can't see who that other one is, but they pancaked a big offensive lineman from Ennis.
Yeah, Beltaton might have been in on that as well. It ran over Grigsby and John Hill and Beltaton. I think between the three of them, they made a nice play defensively. Gilkey on 2nd and 11, looking right, and it's incomplete. Was he looking for Simmons there, or
I'm not sure.
Smith?
It looked like he was thrown for Kavion Smith. It might have just, left his hand weird, and it just, hit the ground there.
And we see some of the Ennis starters on the offensive line are not in the game. I see big number 57 on the sideline. That's Dorian Strawn at 6'5", 300. So there are a couple of second stringers in there, maybe that whole offensive line. 3rd and 11. Gilkey fakes, has a man wide open, and into the end zone goes Nick Novi for an Ennis touchdown. Looks like Cathy back there on defense.
Yeah.
Novi just took a nice seam pass, bounced off a tackler into the end zone.
Yeah, bounced off because Cathy tried to, I don't know if he was trying to knock him down, but tried to dig his shoulder into him, but we're looking at the replay, and the receiver just bounces straight off and into the end zone. If you want to knock him over, you want to knock him away from the end zone.
And that's Hernandez with the extra point. Ennis extends the lead to 49-3. And Danny and I will take a 30-second break for a drink of tea, and we'll be right back. Muti back here at Lion Memorial Stadium. Angel Aguilar approaches the ball for this kickoff, kicking from left to right. Good kick, and Davis is going to let it go into the end zone. Actually, that's Zy Tyson. Good decision. Best field position for the Lions to start has been at their own 25-yard line as a result of touchback. So, like I said, good decision by Tyson to let that one go. See some new numbers out there for Ennis. So we'll see if the Lion starting offense can do anything against the second team defense of Ennis. Brandon Stevens with Otagus Johnson in the backfield. Hands to Johnson, and Johnson has a little bit of room, spins off a tackle, and is up beyond the 32-yard line. Nice run by Otagus Johnson. We'll call it a gain of 7. 2nd and 3 with 6:25 remaining here in the third quarter of a 49-3 score in favor of the Ennis Lions. Brandon Stevens with Miles Denson in the sweep. Denson has to cut back, is in a lot of trouble, and is going to lose yardage back to the 30-yard line. Just again, very good pursuit by this Ennis second unit defensively. There's just a lot of good athletes down here in Ennis, and they're making things tough on the Greenville offensive troops. Danny's back from his bun run, got us each a fresh glass of tea, and we're ready to roll now. 3rd and 4. Hands off to Otagus Johnson, and he is not going to get any yardage. Just not much going on as Ennis stops the play quickly. Rodrigo Molina on the tackle, and that's going to bring up yet another 4th down and long and bring Andrew Ibarra onto the field. Early in the game, the highlight for Greenville tonight was a fake punt and a pass by Josh Luna that was successful on a one-handed reception by Davion Wallace. So Ibarra's kick, end over end, rolling. Going to be down very close to the 30-yard line of Ennis before it finally rolls dead. So the Lions of Greenville unable to get anything at all going offensively since the first drive, when they were able to get a couple of first downs and converted that 4th down and then got an Andrew Ibarra field goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
from
first
about
drive,
32 yards out.
Yeah, first drive, the Ennis Lions didn't know what to expect, and I think now they got a pretty good idea of what we're doing here. So
Josh Luna makes an appearance in the defensive secondary for Greenville. Handoff by Gilkey. Looks like Jacoby Collins for a gain of about 3. Collins, a 5'9", 215-pound senior, probably doesn't get a whole lot of playing time as a senior. There's a handoff on a jet sweep to, I think it's Jace Burry, and Burry picks up a couple of yards before he's brought down by the linebacker Beltaton.
Yeah, Beltaton there with a good tackle. Stops him right on the 35-yard line.
3rd and 5 for Ennis.
Probably the best tackle I've seen all night.
Luna now runs off the field, replaced by somebody whose number I didn't get. And there's a throw by Gilkey, and it's a little high for Simmons, and Kenton Anderson was right there with him, and the ball falls incomplete. So a little bit of a high throw, but a good defensive play by Kenton Anderson.
Yeah, Kenton Anderson doing a really good job. He's been targeted, he's been targeted probably the most, 7 targets, he's been stacking up against Spencer, against Simmons, doing pretty well, and playing some pretty good defense, save for the 1 touchdown, but he did play very good defense on that touchdown as well.
So Gilkey now at punt formation, so both quarterbacks are punters. This one is a high kick off the side of Gilkey's foot, and it rolls out of bounds. Short punt. Greenville will take over at their own 38-yard line. Best field position, and maybe for the game for the Lions of Greenville.
Mm-hmm.
2:58 remaining here in the third quarter of a game that's gotten out of hand real early for the Greenville Lions. Starters are still in there for Coach Duke's gray-shirted troops. Brandon Stevens, who's been pressured all night long, takes a snap, trying to get him a quick pass, and there's interference on Ennis.
Yeah,
Braden Gardner just was all over Jaquez Davis. So that'll result in a penalty and a first down for the Lions.
that was a very bad penalty by Braden Gardner. Really just shoving Jaquez Davis. Not even, I mean, he wasn't even trying to disguise it or, anything. Just blatantly shoved him as Jaquez Davis was trying to catch the pass. So,
Did you think that was a catchable ball, Danny?
if there was no shove, yes.
Okay. All right, so first down for the Lions. Ball spotted at the 48-yard line of Greenville. Hands off to Johnson. Otagus Johnson moves forward for about 3 yards behind the blocking on the right side. We have not seen Greg Just in the game for some time. Wade Moses has been manning the left tackle spot, so hopefully Just wasn't injured in any way. He's been our starter virtually all year long. Stevens looking right, has a man on the far sideline, and down to the 31-yard line goes Sean Brown with his first reception of the evening.
Yeah, Sean Brown wide open there on the 30-yard line.
So that's got to feel good.
Yeah,
He's been their leading receiver, and had 3 touchdowns against Royce City, as a matter of fact.
that's been the third pass play of this game.
Zy Tyson started in motion. Handoff went to OJ, and OJ is thrown for a loss. The defensive front, now the second unit for Ennis, doing yeoman's work. They're not nearly as big as that first unit, but they're pretty effective thus far. Johnson just couldn't find any running room. 2nd and 12. Senior quarterback Brandon Stevens looking right. Now he gets a little pressure. Still moving. Finds a man. Incomplete on the far sideline, looking for Brown once again. Brown came back to him, but the ball was underthrown.
Yeah, it was a catchable ball. It just slipped right through his arms. It's a good throw by Stevens, good play to run on the outside, and good play by Brown to come down and try to make a play out of it. But Angel Rodriguez, number 42 for the Lions, he's the, I guess, the second string linebacker there. Not that much smaller than first stringer Peyton Chapman. Peyton Chapman's 5'11", 220. Angel Rodriguez he's 5'10", 190. So he's still, I mean, there's still some big guys on their second team.
Like we said earlier, there's something in the water, and they're feeding them good down here in Ennis.
Yeah, there's something in the water. I don't know what they're feeding them, but I'm going to bring my kids down here to Ennis so they can have a part of this.
Well, they're feeding us pretty good up here in the press box.
It's true. Sweet tea's delicious.
Sweet tea is delicious, and we had a hot food spread. Mm-hmm. We had rice and pork, and we had cherry pie. I didn't get any of that, Rebecca. Maybe you could do a bun run for us. And Danny's already done one bun run. He went to get more iced tea for me. Maybe Dan, maybe another bun run. Bring back some pie or cookies or some kind of dessert.
There's no pie left.
No pie left.
I got the last scoop for Becca. Even that I had to fight another person for it. I had to run and get the spoon before they could. And
well, the next break we're going to send Danny on another bun run. But here we are to begin the fourth quarter. The Greenville Lions have a 3rd and 12. Ball at the 38-yard line of Ennis, and once again Brandon Stevens is under pressure. This time he breaks the pressure, but he steps out of bounds short of the 30, so gain of only 3. So it'll be bring up a 4th down and long. It's incredible how well the Ennis Lions pursue. They really execute both offensively and defensively.
And I mean, for the first time, we've seen a team shut down Miles Denson.
Yep.
We're used to seeing Miles Denson make plays. Even, I mean, we've said it over and over again. Even when there's, you think there's no way he can make a play out of this, and he ends up, slipping through somehow. We're not seeing that here. This team's pursuit is too good. I mean, they're well-oiled machine.
They are a well-oiled machine. That's a good way to put it. Greenville's forced to take a timeout here, 4th and 10. Ball placed at the 31-yard line of Ennis. So that'll leave the Lions with 2 timeouts, which is kind of irrelevant in a 49-3 game.
Yeah. Timeout's really not not too much of a big deal for us here. 49-3 with 11 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock in the 4th quarter.
Well, they're having trouble running it. The jet sweep hasn't worked since the first series.
We've only seen the jet sweep maybe once. I think we've seen the jet sweep once in this game.
Well, you can bet that the Ennis defensive coaches are looking for that one again here with 4th and 10. I'm not sure I wouldn't be looking for maybe a quick pass on a slant pattern.
Yeah, I was
maybe
gonna say,
to Brown.
Yeah, I was going to say probably what you're looking for here is a quick pass to Brown or Denson even. Denson could still maybe give him a little bit open field. He can make something out of it.
Oh, no question. Davis has been good with the slant routes this season too. So he's got three guys who know how to run the skinny post, which is sometimes called. And so Stevens sets up now. 4th and 10. Tyson in motion. There's a fake and reverse, and Denson has it. And he had some room, was initially slowed down and then brought down short of the first down. So it'll be a turnover on downs by the Lions. They tried something, a little trickery, a little reverse action, but unsuccessful with good penetration, good staying at home defense by Ennis.
Yeah, a double misdirection move there. Denson probably should have stayed on behind Brandon Stevens and tried to get on his outside. He cut in on his inside shoulder, and there's about 3 more lines there, Ennis lines there, waiting for him. So I would have just stayed and tried to run along the outside.
So on first down, it looks like Gonzalez or Jacoby Collins on the carry picks up close to first down yardage.
Jacoby Collins, a big running back here, 5'9", 215.
Yeah, he doesn't possess the speed of Beasley or Johnson, but he looks like a pile driver. 2nd and 3 for Ennis. Gilkey takes a snap, fakes the handoff, throws, and it's incomplete. Looking down here for Nick Novi, who had this touchdown just a few minutes ago. That'll bring a 3rd and 3 for Ennis. Murray comes off the field, replaced in the lineup by Ethan Rodriguez. Rodriguez in the slot. H-back formation. Hand off to Collins, and Collins busts ahead for an Ennis first down.
And I think we've seen I think the last Greenville Lions drive was the last drive for Brandon Stevens on the other side of the field, right on the 30. I see Joseph Goulet getting some warm-up reps in there.
Yeah, I think it's time to pull the plug on your skill players. In a 49-3 game, the last thing you want to have happen is get one of your real better players injured.
Especially right before playoff start.
Exactly. Collins gets the handoff, pushing his blockers forward, and picks up about 4 yards. Got some different guys on the defensive front for Greenville. Looks like Daniel Bueno's getting a little time on defense. He's normally the offensive guard. Lions looking for some answers defensively. Gilkey once again hands to Collins. The Lions have him bottled up, and he comes back to the other side, and there's more gray-shirted Lions there to bring him down, led by Ibarra.
And Jermichael Harris there with the diving tackle.
Christian Portillo, a linebacker, in on that stop as well. We're seeing some guys getting some action. You see Isaiah Lowe in the game, and
Chance Knight there on the right.
okay,
On the opposite side of Michael's surface.
and Micah Simpson's in the game too now. The sophomore just elevated from the JV. Gilkey's throw is caught by Novi, and Novi is up to the Greenville 40-yard line for another Ennis first down.
Yeah, Ken Anderson there defending. Those inside cut routes are difficult to difficult to defend.
Ennis Lions, 1st and 10, Greenville 40-yard line. Handoff to Collins. Collins breaks a tackle inside the 30-yard line before he's brought down by Krishan Guster. Or Simpson, maybe that was Micah Simpson on the play. Simpson's a quarterback on the JV, Danny, and he's quick. He's a lanky guy. I'm guessing he's probably about 5'10", probably goes about 150 pounds, so there's not a lot of meat on his bones. But I'll tell you what, he can scat for sure. All right, 1st and 10 once again for Ennis, as Jacoby Collins is having a field day here. This time he picks up about 3 yards before Jackson Cathy makes a shoestring tackle on him. We'll call it a gain of 2. Maybe a short 2, huh, Danny?
Yeah, very short 2 there. 6.5 left on the clock with 10 and what? Let's say 10 and 8, a long 8 maybe. 10 and a long 9 to go according to the scoreboard.
Good for me. Gilkey once again hands to Collins. He breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage. He's up to about the 20-yard line. Jacoby Collins has got to be loving it. As a senior backup, it's always good to get in a game and enjoy your senior season. And of course, with Ennis, winning by such big scores, he's probably actually had quite a bit more action than I would have expected of backup running back to get. There goes Gilkey. He's loose around the right side. He's got a first down. Penalty on the play as he's forced out of bounds by Surface inside the 10-yard line. But that one, I think, is coming back, Danny.
Yeah, I would think that might be a holding call. Wait for the... Yep.
Holding or blocking the back, I couldn't really tell the signal.
I said holding.
The first penalty against Ennis tonight, isn't it?
First penalty against Ennis, and the Greenville Lions have racked up the total 4 penalties this game, all offside penalties.
It's one thing that's been good from the standpoint of a broadcaster. Very few penalties to slow down the game, and consequently, this one's just about over. Less than 5 minutes remain. The penalty results in a 3rd and 8 for Ennis. Collins in the backfield with Gilkey. Gilkey's going to keep it himself. He's coming around the left side. He's got some room, and he barges forward very close to first down yardage.
Yeah, Gilkey is a sophomore quarterback, and looks like, he's, from what we've seen, he's been doing pretty good, and he's Ennis is well off with him too.
Oh yeah, they'll be good. They won't miss too many beats next week or next year with Gilkey at the helm, and he'll have 2 more years. He's bigger actually than Drake.
Mm-hmm. He is. Go down. Let me find his number here real quick.
4th and 1. Gilkey on the keep, up the middle, and I think he's got first down yardage.
Yeah, he's 6'2", 195. Colin Drake is 6'1", not 195, so just a hair taller. But
he's a lot smarter than Colin Drake though, because he's got long sleeves out there in this cold weather.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, well insulated over there.
Colin Drake was playing the tough guy, you know. He had bare arms, as do many of the Ennis players, but Gilkey has got the long sleeve. He looks a lot more comfortable. Takes a snap, hands to Collins. Collins breaks a tackle by Ibarra, and he's inside the 10-yard line and still going. Taking Greenville defenders with him. Once you get into that secondary and you get into those smaller guys, it's a lot easier to move the pile.
Yeah, and he's just carrying guys with them, running over guys. I mean, they are just. He is just a tank rolling over line defenders there.
Yep.
I don't even know what to say there. That was a heck of a run.
Yeah, DeAndre Holly's getting a little time in there at defensive tackle, the senior. I think they really missed Sincere Jones tonight. There's Collins with the handoff, and he bulls his way into the end zone for a touchdown. 2:31 remaining. Ennis just put up their 55th point. And it looks like we're going to have Angel Aguilar with another attempt out of the hold of Peyton Chapman. Trying to get point number 56 for the Ennis Lions. And there's an offside by Greenville. But the kick is up and good, so once again, the penalty will be declined. That makes the score 56-3 in favor of Ennis. And we'll take a minute break and be back for the Ennis kickoff. Okay, 2:31 remains in this ball game. Angel Aguilar approaches. It's a short kick taken by a fair catch by Sean Brown at the 32-yard line. A play we've seen many times here tonight. And I think we're going to get an opportunity to see junior Joe Gallet operate the Greenville offense here. Joe throws the ball really well. Not a real big guy, not super mobile, but a really good passer. So if he can get some protection, he can do some damage. So Greenville will start at their 32-yard line. And Danny has arrived from his bun run. There's a handoff.
I snagged a few cookies. They were putting everything up, and I ran in there and got a few cookies before they picked up the tray.
I'll tell you what, Danny, you are the man. That was Isaiah Lowe on the carry. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Snap to Gallet, looking downfield, throwing deep, and it's almost intercepted at the 45-yard line of Ennis. So he was looking for Luna on that play. Josh Luna getting a little time at the wide receiver spot. Gallet's throw really was a little bit off target. I think he unloaded it just a little bit early. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for Greenville. Clock is running. I guess the officials have decided the mercy No, you know, the mercy rule, they let the clock run.
Yeah, mercy rule's gone into effect. Yeah, no matter what happens, let that clock run. Let the game end at some point.
So Galay takes it, 3rd and 10. Gonna keep it. And he picks up about 5 yards on the scramble.
You know, and with little time left on the clock, I just kind of thought maybe I should look into Lovejoy. Lovejoy are 7-0. 7-0 currently, and they're a pretty good team. They've beat Lebanon Trail second week, 59-27. Frisco 38-28. They beat Sulphur Springs 36-6.
Okay.
Ranked 28 in the state.
All right. Well, Galay takes a snap on 4th and 5. He finds his man, and very close to a first down.
And forward
Goes
progression might have
Isaiah
taken
Lowe.
him.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he got the forward progression took him, and he got the first down there.
So Isaiah Lowe gets the first down on his first reception of the year. And with 9 seconds remaining and the clock running, I think that's the final play of the game. Greenville comes down to Ennis and falls by a score of 56-3. And we're going to take a break, watch the teams exchange air high fives, and then we'll be back to talk more about Lucas Lovejoy and next week's game Friday night against the, what are they called?
The Lovejoy, let's see, it's a cat. Look, they might be lions.
Oh, goodness, no. Please say no.
They might be lions.
Well, we'll be right back, folks, and we'll tell you more about the game next week. So Bob Muty and Danny Hernandez, both with long faces, after the Greenville Lions are embarrassed by the Ennis Lions, #1 ranked in the state, I might add, by a final score of 56-3. And I was just commenting to Danny at the break that I just never expected our offense to be limited to just 3 points, Danny.
Yeah, Lions offense had a lot of trouble sealing the outside edge, and we did a lot of outside, option pitches, and I mean, just maybe worked the first the first few drives they worked, and after that they were just tackled immediately for a loss. Inside running game was just not there. Every now and then, Brandon's teams will make a break on a scramble. But that was just him winging it. Looking, just taking advantage of an opportunity.
Yeah, and he did that. He did that early in the game, but after the first quarter, he never got loose again that I remember.
Either he never got loose again, or he was just tired of getting ran over by a pack of lions. So.
Well, I'm not sure that there was anything that Brad Alexander could have done offensively tonight against that Ennis Lions defense. Those guys are good all the way across the board. Defensive line, linebackers, and their defensive backs, though we didn't see much of them in pass coverage because Greenville didn't do that much passing. Every time Stevens dropped back, he was under such pressure that he never really had a chance to get the ball downfield.
Yeah, and I was saying maybe some kind of maybe quick slant routes with Denson and Sean Brown and Quez Davis, but even like you said, there's not a lot of. I mean, you got to have some time to throw the ball.
Absolutely.
And make a play. And there are a lot of plays. A lot of the throwing plays there is Brandon Stevens just throwing and praying that a line would catch it and the right line would catch it.
Well, we didn't expect much against this state-ranked team down here in Ennis, but as the Lions walked off the field, they can certainly be proud of the fact that for the second consecutive year, they have made the playoffs, albeit as a 4 seed. They came within 7 points of being the 3rd seed and would have had an opportunity to play a lower seeded team, but instead we face 7-0 Lucas Lovejoy next Friday night at Lovejoy. And Danny's been doing a little research, but Max Prep doesn't have a whole lot more information for us. So the only thing we can tell you is they finished atop their district. And Dan, do you know what district that is over there?
I did. I logged out, so I didn't get a chance.
Okay, Danny quit on me. He logged out on his laptop. So we're winging it here, guys.
We're winging it here. We know they're ranked 28 though, 7-0. They were right now beating. They are ranked 28, 7-0. Right now they are facing Liberty, Frisco Liberty, and they were beating them 36-14. So.
Okay, and that's a team that we played in the first game of the season, and we were expecting a win there, and we ended up losing. So, 28th ranked team in the state. At one point, Greenville, a couple of weeks ago, was ranked in the top 25. But since that time, we have not had a victory. And at 4-4 now, the Lions will hopefully not show up at Lovejoy next week with their tails between their legs, but rather to come out firing offensively and get some of their guys back. We'll have more than likely Caleb Johnson back from his leg strain, hopefully Sincere Jones from his dislocated kneecap, and maybe Caleb Leha will be back from his illness to provide a little bit better blocking up front for the offensive line.
Let me look into Lovejoy real quick, see if I can find.
All right, he's logged back in, folks.
Logged back in.
Logged back in, trying to get you more information here. The Lucas Lovejoy. I've called a game from over there a long time ago. Lovejoy is a team or a school that gets the Allen overflow.
Yeah,
of course,
Lucas,
we all
Texas,
know about Allen.
They're north of Texas, north of Allen.
Actually, yeah, north, maybe east a little bit as well. But anybody that can't make the grade at Allen, and they've got just an excellent 6A program, goes over to Lucas Lovejoy, and they are traditionally a very good athletic program. And obviously this year, when you can finish in first place over Frisco High, you got a pretty good club. Frisco High was a team that derailed Greenville's playoff hopes last year at the Star after Greenville gave them a game for a half. In the second half, they just overwhelmed the Greenville defense with their rushing attack.
So they are 5A Division II.
Okay. 5A Division II. All right. Okay, so it's 5-5A against 8-5A next Friday night at Lucas Lovejoy Stadium. Once again, from Lion Memorial Stadium, for Danny Rodriguez and his sister Rebecca, I'm Bob Muty. Final score, Ennis 56, Greenville 3. Good night, everyone.